Alright, uh, pulled up this article today. I want you all to go read it if you've got the time for it. The GOP is on a tightrope right now. They're walking a thin line, between a rock and a hard place, because they're taking a look at the numbers of all the Hispanics and how the Hispanics are going to be the big group. They already are the big group, but they're going to be a lot bigger. And this article kind of chronicles the Hispanic problem. That's how the GOP views it, as a problem, because they don't get many Hispanic votes. So what they're going to do is, at least this is how they've been saying they're going to do it for a while, is that they're going to get the Hispanic votes by going after the social issues. And they talk in there about how they had this GOP House candidate, and all his big mailers were sent out to Hispanics saying that Democrats like gay marriage and abortion and other stuff, and saying they were godless. But the Republican Party is walking on a tightrope. I say that because everything they do to try and court Hispanics, at least on the social issues front, will lose them another white youth voter. They have the choice of winning Hispanics, some of the older ones, or they have the choice of making inroads with the youth by lessening up on the social issues and not talking about that anymore, and coming into the 21st century and realizing that it's okay to be gay, or it's okay to be non-religious. But they have to make a choice. They can try and appeal to Hispanics on the social issues, or they can try and appeal to the youth by not talking about these social issues that keep costing them election after election. And the conservatives always say it's the people who won't stand up on the social issues. You've been proved wrong so many times. The GOP would be probably tied, or maybe even better, if it weren't for all these social conservatives like Sharon Angle back in 2010, Richard Murdoch this time. You guys know how much I love him. Todd Aiken. All of these pieces of trash candidates that keep losing because they can't keep their mouth shut about their God or their Bible, and in respect to politics. You can talk about your Bible, but it's not your job to try and enforce that on everybody else. So anyway, it's a good article. It also talks about the guy who ran for Senate this time in Texas and won, Ted Cruz. He's they say he's a Ron Paul type. I think he's going to be co-opted. I know Ron Paul supported him, and that's Ron Paul's choice, but he doesn't seem like he's a libertarian. He just seems like a standard mold GOP movement conservative. It also talks about there's this Republican strategist they have down there, and he's talking about the numbers, about how with the Hispanic demographics in the future, the Republicans would have to win over 100% of the white vote, and that's not even possible. So it's a good gloom and doom story for the Republican Party. Go read it. I hope you'll see what I'm talking about with the Republicans have to alienate socially liberal voters even further, or they can pick those socially liberal voters up, the youth, like all the Ron Paul youth, all the people under 30 who supported Ron Paul. They'll just alienate them, or they can pick up Hispanics. They kind of have to pick between one or the other, at least if they're going to continue to bait on all the social issue stuff.